The horizon just got bigger. Spock is playing three-dimensional chess. We're about to experience a total protonic reversal. Hi there, I'm Mark Seeley at AOAI. Welcome to the ideological part of the presentation series Level 4. Here we will learn how to get along with everyone, important for your ability to survive to another day.
Welcome to the AOAI DBM Series Level 4, the Principle Base Archetype. You are in the fifth of 7-part series on the dynamic baseline model. The fifth presentation is comprised of open system versus closed system, program governance, the Phoenix example, DBM Level 4, affinity for principles. Now, back to your presenter, Mark Seeley.
Hi there. With the context coming into focus for the lower levels of the DBM, we now have the language to extrapolate to the infamous IMIT debacle. This is where the disturbance in the force takes on a greater meaning. It all stems from the issue we refer to as open system, a concept that renders our objectives dynamic as we learn through the course of the project. The broader corporate structure will play part of the destiny. In this quest, we need shed the Newtonian frameworks in favor of embracing quantum mechanics. Within the lower DBM levels, our projects were contained within a lower horizon, and we enjoyed the benefit of exercising a contained management control framework, albeit with increasing uncertainty as one progresses through levels 1 to 2 to 3. But at level 4, we have an inversion, where the organization we are playing within becomes a meaningful part of the project. The project manager does not own or control these variables. With this, the title reverts to Project Champion. This transition marks the difference between management and governance. Management is a means to an end, generally thought of in the context of management science, where purview plus authority equals accountability. Governance is to exert a determining or guiding influence. Here, the person in charge of the project has neither purview nor authority over some major project enablers. Of course, that doesn't stop us from imparting accountability for the lucky champion. With the confluence of the project, purpose, stakeholders, and end user in the formulation, our chessboard at level 4 has become three-dimensional. There are already stimuli affecting the pond we are playing within, competing for attention. These outside the project factors that shape our destiny are referred to as external determinacies. The external determinacies are important in two ways. We need to nurture the relationship with end users, selling rather than telling, lest we usurp their accountability, and we should be considering the symbiosis, or lack thereof, with external determinacies of major influence to establish whether or not our intended solution will take hold and be sustainable. Introducing a better buggy whip when the automobile is claiming the marketplace is, as Spock would say, illogical. A complexity diagnostic would point to a custom environment that extends significantly beyond the current state of the art, with external determinacies that we would disposition into 1, areas we can influence, and 2, areas we can't. The latter, if significant to our destiny, we need to consider as a constraint on the solution. And of course, from a performance perspective, our predictability is much lower than level 3. In fact, the DBM pegs performance for a level 4 initiative at 0%. That's right, from the outset, we can declare the initiative hasn't got a hope in hell of being successful. Analyze, Mr. Spock. This is to say, there is no basis for baseline predictability from the outset, as even the project objective itself will evolve as it is buffeted with external determinacies. While the project confronts the challenge of developing the product side, the needs of the open system end-user network being accommodated undergoes a corporate evolution, essentially raising the bar you are trying to climb over. Whatever plan or WBS or schedule or contracts that are put in place in the beginning will likely have a half-life one could measure in weeks, perhaps days. At least at level 4, the common corporate factors hold a common ideology for the organization, generally expressed through the corporate mission and vision statement. And of course, the roadmap we notionally intend to follow need to address where and when the project will be brought to ground. Whether we intend to bring it from level 4 to level 3 to level 2 to level 1 or level 4 to level 2, etc., need be thought through in advance. Our example for level 4 is the Phoenix project. Phoenix is Canada's pay system. The Canadian government had the rightful intention to knit together departmental pay and associated financial and HR systems into a common platform for overall greater efficiency. The intent was to use a very fine private sector software system with the hope that it would closely map onto the intricacies of public sector management practice. On the face of it, Phoenix is an open system level 4 business transformation, attempting to implicate numerous autonomous departments in a common interest, mixing otherwise rightly held individual accountabilities into a single pot. A DBM complexity diagnostic would easily position this as a level 4. Turning to the corresponding performance expectation at level 4, we can predict an evolutionary objective, and with that anticipation, the initiative will not hold to a preconceived plan. Deadlines will be cast aside. The initial objective will evolve with the input of the various constituent authorities through the course of the project until in some future state they come together in harmony or fail en route. Without DBM consideration, application of level 2 techniques will under-target the complexity, leading to a predictable crash and burn. Viewed through the DBM lens, knowing the performance prognosis, our attention should turn to one of two strategies. Firstly, consideration of a more manageable incrementalism, perhaps fusion of subcomponents as a first step, maybe selecting vanguard sub-projects as a proof of concept followed by evergreening, that will permit a manageable evolution to the entire Phoenix concept. Secondly, we need to consider redundancy. As we know failure is imminent, we need to be prepared accordingly with a failure mitigation strategy. For example, you might not want to liquidate the legacy staff before declaring success. In summation, failure can be assured. Let's alter course, or at least fail with our eyes open. Climbing up the scale, our performance measurement needs show the balance between achievement on the product side and allegiance on the program side. The narrative need indicate the extent to which the concept is coming into acceptance. So, as we have done with the other levels, let's turn to the human side. Who's the miracle project champion that would undertake such a feat? Interestingly, the best and the brightest of the level 3 project leaders would likely be too command and control oriented, like that Josie Wales character. Level 4 is more a game for everybody's friend, Dr. Phil, an ENFP. Who can't like Dr. Phil? We need someone who will build enthusiasm for all vested in the outcome, who can embody the interests of the entire corporate entity, balancing the intent of the project and the intent of the organization. This hints at a project management altruism. In our learning envelope, we think past a fixed strategy and the ability to respond to our surrounding environment, to empathize with others grappling with the competing factors of prosperity. Much of the required intellect exceeds the escape velocity of a human thought. Such a superhuman is an ambassador of the organization and its well-being, someone who you can hire to inspire. Well, we were a little busier in this presentation. We talked about the added complexity in expanding into open systems, the inversion of the control framework, and the need to sell rather than tell. We played three-dimensional chess with Spock, and we suggested that Phoenix's situation as a level 4 was entirely predictable. Solutions here point to incrementalism at a pace that will transform the system to within the enterprise's ability to rationalize and culturally transform. Wishing you the ultimate in stability ahead. This is Mark Seeley. Thanks very much for watching.